All right, picking up where we left off, I just wanted to continue on these ideas. And so it says 5x minus 10 plus 3x plus 2 equals 16. All right, so again, anytime you are given an equation or expression, if you don't see the positive or negative, that means that it is positive. So again, if you do not see that it is negative, you have to know that it is positive. So if you need to mark it for yourself, again, you can. And so again, just like the previous one, I'm going to highlight my variable terms. So I say, all right, 5x and a positive 3x. And then I have my constants. And so I say negative 10 and a positive 2. All right. So can you help me out, please? And thank you. Christian, sure. Thank you for volunteering. Can you tell me what would be 5x plus 3x? Yes, very good. So again, always go with your gut. And so he said 8x. And so we have a positive 8x. And then can you help me out, Amber? Thank you. What would be a negative 10 plus 2?
Negative 8.
All right, so I have a minus 8. And then bring down the equals 16. So again, just like we had before, we have a two-step equation. You can draw your railroad tracks, training wheels, river, whatever you want to call them. Again, we want to make sure that we're adding the opposite, and so we're going to do our inverse operation. So I'm going to add 8 to both sides. And so again, on the left, it cancels out. And we're left with that 8x. On the right, we have 16 plus 8, which is 24. Very good. Always divide by the coefficient, and so we can divide both sides by 8. And so we say that x equals 3. To do the check, you do your back substitution. So we say we check using x equals 3, which is what we had as our answer. Again, as soon as you can solve, we just go from this point to check. And so we say, all right, we do 5 times 3 minus 10 plus 3 times 3. Again, anywhere where I had an x, I now have a 3. So this is just like how we did our replacement values with expressions. So I have 5 times 3 minus 10 plus 3 times 3 plus 2. All right. Using our order operations, or you can use that Desmos calculator to simplify. Either way, you should still get the same answer. So 15, everything else stays the same. Then we do still multiplication. Be careful on the signs. Everything else stays the same. Then working left to right, and on that same step, we have 15 minus 10 is going to be 5. And we have plus 9 plus 2. And then we have 14 plus 2 is equal to 16. Again, please do notice, though, you're not saying that these two are the same. You're saying that this left side of the equation, that we mainly worked on, is also equal to 16, which means that it is balanced, and we know that we are equal. Any questions about that?
I still get right.
Okay, that's fine. Again, make sure you're using your order operations when you do your check. You can use your substitution on GEMDOS, whatever may work. Again, at any point in time, you can pause the video, play back, rewind, slow mo, instant replay, all that good stuff. Alright, so now one last one that I want to do on the back, and then I want to make sure that you can try those out.
No, I need to.
It'll be on there. Don't worry. I'll be able to share it with you. Don't worry. Alright, it's the same idea. Can you tell me, maybe please, and thank you. You already went. Nobody. Blank. Oh. Sure. Peyton, can you tell me, out of these values on the left here, can you tell me what should I highlight as my variable terms? Sure. So I have negative 5x and a positive 3x. And then, Jane, can you help me out? Can you tell me what should I circle for my constants? So it is true. I am going to have a 36, and so maybe I can work on the left side as well. What would I have as my constants on the left side of that equal sign? David, want to help him out? Anybody? What con?
17.
Sure. We have negative 17 and sure. Okay. Again, want to make sure that you see that equal sign in the middle. You want to make sure that it can be separated. And so, again, we do our variable terms first. So we do negative 5 plus 3. That's going to be a negative 2x. And then we have a negative 17 plus 21. That is plus 4. Again, everything else stays the same. We can draw our railroad tracks, our training wheels, whatever you'd like to call it. Inverse operations, again, we want to get the x by itself, so we add the opposite. So we add the opposite to both sides. This cancels out, and so we have negative 2x equals 32. Always divide by a coefficient. Please do see that the coefficient is negative 2, so you have to divide both sides. We actually do in red. Divide both sides by negative 2. And so you should end up with x equals negative 16. Always check for yourself, so that way you know you're good. So we say that x equals negative 16. Plug it in everywhere you see an x. So you have negative 17. I know, it'll be fine. But this is the way you know for sure your answer is correct. I hope you do. It'll be fine. So again, we have 5 times negative 16, and we have plus 21, and we have plus 3 times negative 16. Again, this step becomes a lot more simple when you're using a Desmos calculator for yourself. So let me multiply these two together. So I have negative 17. That's going to be, I can multiply a negative 5 times negative 16. So that's going to be plus, and we have, let's see, 50. Let's do 80. So plus 80 plus 21. And then we can also do 3 times negative 16. Should be a negative 48. Working left to right, I have 63 plus 21 minus 48. This is 84. And this is 36. Since our left side and our right side are equal, we know we are good. Try those partner problems out with the person next to you, and I can check.